Hello, everyone, and welcome to Compassionate Chats. I'm Tanys Coughlan from My Place Home Care, and I'm joined by my co-host, Heidi Gagné.
Hello.
And we have an awesome guest today. We have Konrad Quinn from Jaiko Cleaning.
That's right.
All right, thank you very much. I love that intro.
How are you, Konrad?
I'm doing great. I'm on the right side of the grass, so I can't complain.
Awesome.
Always a good thing, right?
It is. So tell us a little bit about Jaiko, because I know you're unique in your services. So let's find out a little bit about you, and then we'll talk more about the seniors and how that can help.
Thank you. Jaiko Cleaning Services is the first green cleaning company in Ottawa. The reason we are green is back in the day when I was starting out cleaning for another company, I got sick from the products they were using. I went to the doctor and said, hey, what's going on? He says, either get out of the industry or use organic products. And 31 years ago, what the heck is an organic product? No idea. So I did some research, found a company in California, talked to them. They sent me up some products for free. And I went to my employer and said, hey, these products work. They're safe, and all the rest that goes with it. They looked at the products, did some investigation and said, no, the products are too expensive. We're not going to use them. And that was the green light for me to open up my business. And I'm going to go back to my grandmother for a minute. My grandmother brought me up, and certain values that she had and the way to be as a person and run a business. She ran a pub in England, and she was always out doing things to help other people. So I wanted to emulate that. So that was part of the business. It's not just cleaning. You're helping somebody. You're giving them back time to enjoy their home, spend time with their family, do the things that are needed. So that's the reason why we are who we are.
Well, that's a great story. And what an inspiration to have a grandmother like that.
Mm-hmm.
She was fabulous.
And a powerful business person. Yeah. Yeah. So green products, what can you use? What do you use? And what can people use in more home setting versus industrial setting?
That's actually a great question. Plant-based, citrus-based is always best. Okay. And keep in mind, when you go to a Home Depot or Rona or wherever, Canadian Tire, read the labels, because what is new and what is green, you got to be very careful, because sometimes the bottle is the green part. It's smaller now, so it's more eco-friendly, but the product inside is not green. So it's really important. And if you read the labels and you don't understand what that item is, if it's a long lettered word, then maybe it's not the product to use. Go back to the simple things like baking soda, vinegar, and lemons. Those are great, and they work well. And that's what we're using. Is we work with a manufacturer who makes specific products for us that are citrus-based. The company from California I talked about earlier, they're called Benefact. They use the plant thyme as the base for their cleaning products. So they're very safe.
Like the herb.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very antibacterial.
Yep. Really? I did not know thyme is one of my favorite herbs for cooking.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Great for cleaning as well too. And just do a little bit of research. Talk to a herbalist. Talk to Tanys. She can certainly help you out in that regard. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting things that, if we go back to the Salem days of the witches, they were herbalists. And unfortunately, they were burned and castorized and everything else that went with it.
For their knowledge.
And the knowledge they had, we're slowly bringing that back.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Get back to the earth, which is really important. Because we're bombarded.
There's a big turn in that these days. A lot more people are going to the homesteading and their herbal remedies and the natural cleaning and everything. So, I was reading up on you because this is what I do. And you do industrial cleaning for like after fire and water damage. Do you use all natural, like the green products for those too?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And the interesting thing of this company, Benefact, they're in California. The manufacturer's children were very sensitive to things. They were chemists, and they developed these products. Okay. And one of their neighbors ran an insurance company, and they had problems with lawsuits all the time because cleaners would go in and clean, and then people would get sick and sue the insurance company. And they got talking together, and the manufacturers told them, look, we got this safe product to use. And the owner of the insurance company started using it, lawsuits went down, problems were solved. So now it's mandated to use their products. So we use their products.
Wow.
Well, and I seem to remember a certain presentation you did that I was at where you actually imbibed a product.
Yes. Their products are
Wow.
that safe you can actually drink them. I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't taste so great.
Yes.
But
yeah, your face was not happy, but the fact that you did it was impressive, that you really trust the fact that it's safe. And
that's it, exactly. And like I said, we have good bacteria on our bodies. And when we're touching things get absorbed into us. So back in the day when I was cleaning, I was using products, not using gloves, not wearing a mask, and it would be absorbed into my skin. And some products, 10, 20 seconds later, it's absorbed into your bloodstream. Other products can take hours. And keep in mind, our hands, as we get older and we age, our skin gets different. It starts to dry and crack, and sometimes you have little cuts. So when you're picking up a glass, I mean, I hate to use product names, but Windex, for example, that gets into your bloodstream. That can affect your body in different ways. And there's all kinds of things that can happen. I had a client 7 years ago. Her mother used Javex to clean, take the smell out of her sink. And then she used Windex to make the sink shiny. Those two products, you mix them together, it makes mustard gas.
Yeah,
and
very
the
dangerous.
part is, daughter came home from work. Mom was laid down on the floor, took her to the hospital. 3 days later, she passed away, and it was because of the exposure to the mustard gas from two products that you can get at any department store, even at a corner store. Yeah, so you have to be very careful. You don't mix a product together with another product, because A is one thing, and B is another thing, but C is something totally different.
Yeah. C could be death.
I remember when I was working in the field as a home support worker, using a lot of the products and stuff. And of course, we didn't know what our clients were using. I remember feeling really ill a couple of times because of the products that they were using were very, very strong.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And you don't think about it when you're at home.
Yeah. No, I'm sensitive
something
to
you
perfumes.
think about at home.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
When I go into an elevator, I got to be very careful of somebody with perfume. That gags. Sometimes I have to step out at the next floor, even though I'm going up 3 more floors. I'll have to wait.
Right.
Yeah.
And I didn't have those sensitivities years ago. As we age, our body changes. So we have to be very careful.
And the more exposure we have, I think the tendency is that we tend to hit a threshold, I think. And that threshold will often cause us to have sensitivities to it.
I agree 100%. Think about the room you're in right now, all the products around here, the paint, the drywall, the flooring. Is it carpet? Is it laminate? We use a lot of plastics on everything now. There's coatings on
my house dog hair.
Yeah, there you go.
I got 3 dogs, so I got lots of dog hair everywhere.
Yeah, there you go. All these things we're exposed to on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. Why do we have so many allergies and, autism and other things, cancer? They're related to our environment, our exposure.
Right.
And we're not in the factories out in the field anymore. We're in our offices all day long. So, the new cancer is sitting because of the factors we're exposed. I mean, I have a computer right in front of me. What's happening to me in that regard as well, too. So these are the things we got to think about. So,
but at least now we know you can clean properly with more green products, which I think is amazing that a company can do that, especially with things like fire and smoke and flood damage. I see you also did construction cleaning. What's the best way to get drywall dust up? Because we renovated our house for a year, and I swear, and that was like 3 years ago, and I'm still finding drywall dust.
You will, and that's the unfortunate part about dust is it's non-descriptive, it's non-biased. It goes everywhere. And because our homes have electronics, that's one of the first places it'll go. So your fridges and your stoves and your computers will be affected by it. Metals will be affected by it. So I would recommend a couple of things. One is a good HEPA filter vacuum cleaner.
Okay.
And make sure the filter is clean, and microfiber towels.
Okay. Those are
very important to use that. And when you're cleaning, it's a slow left to right or right to left, depending on which way you want to go, not in a circular motion.
Oh, okay.
Because circular motion, you're actually pushing things around, not taking things away. So it's a
So
left
you
to
want to
right.
scoop it.
Scoop it up.
You want to
That's it
basically
exactly.
scoop it up.
Left to right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
And that's what with
microfiber
any cleaning.
cloths?
Microfiber, yes, because they're made to pick up fine particles of dust in that.
Now,
And
I've
when
heard
you
some things about microfiber cloths, though. Are they the microfiber part of it or something like that when you throw them out? Do they degrade properly, or like, because I'm trying to remember what it was that somebody told me about microfiber cloths, but everyone thought that they were like the great things, and now they're causing issues, but I can't remember where it is, so maybe I shouldn't say anything.
that there
I
is
just remember that though.
nothing perfect in the world. I agree
No.
with you 100%, but microfiber is best at picking up those items, but at the same time, it's about quality too. Don't go to a dollar store to pick up your microfiber towels. Go to a good store. Spend the money.
Cleaning.
Get the proper products. It's like anything else. Buying a cheap cleaning product cleans, but spending a little more money on an eco-friendly product will do a better cleaning. Same thing with the microfiber towels. And that's what it's all about is there's certain things that are made a certain way and they won't break down the same way. So yes, you're correct in the microfiber area, but it's a certain segment of that. The better quality ones will break down, will do the things they're supposed to do in the environment. The cheaper ones don't.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Because I don't know. I find I'm thinking about that a lot more these days. Okay, all my friends call my parents hippies now. They weren't when I was growing up. Okay, my parents were not hippies, but they are now because my dad's a scientist and they read and they learn about the effects of us on the environment and throwing things out and constant. We just buy so much stuff and then just throw it all out. And my husband used to work in waste management, so he has seen it all. And so we're really trying not to add to that when we can. And so cleaning products, like obviously the ones you purchase are more of an industrial version, I'm assuming, like that you dilute and use. And so, I mean, for your own home, could you simply just do like lemon and I know you could do lemon and salt and now add thyme to it. Have you ever made your own products to clean at home, or do you use the stuff you have for work?
I initially did that. It was very time consuming. And that's when I went to the manufacturer who has a similar product. And yes, I buy it in a concentrate. That way I can dilute it down. And that way we're not impacting the environment.
Cutting down on the
your old towels and your old jeans and things like that. Cut them up and use them as cleaning cloths as well too.
Jeans, really?
Yeah. Because
they would probably shine stuff really well, I would think.
Yeah.
Right.
No, if you have,
I know my husband uses old T-shirts.
Yeah, old T-shirts, things like that too. I mean, throwaways. You're going to throw the old T-shirt out anyways. Use it, cut it up, use it to clean with. I mean, not for day-to-day things, but if you have a grimy area that needs to be cleaned, why use a nice towel when you can use cut-up jeans or a cut-up T-shirt? You're picking up the mess. You're using something that can be recycled, that sort of thing.
Right.
I mean, let's go back to those days of using things. My grandmother, she darned socks.
Yeah.
So socks are also great to use for cleaning blinds and areas like that.
And fan blades.
Yes, fan blades.
Yes.
And getting into nooks and crannies, that's the best thing to do. It's great for dust. So you may want to use that instead of the microfiber towels if you find dust all over your home.
Yeah,
you have your ducts clean, because your duct cleaning will make a difference as well too. When it's renovation time, always have your vents cleaned afterwards.
Yes. Yeah, I used to work for an HVAC company, and we did duct cleaning, and it was disgusting. It was disgusting what you would see.
Yeah, because it's out of sight, it's out of mind, and nobody thinks about it.
Yeah.
But it's blowing around.
Yeah, and especially if you have pets too. I know. I mean, we probably should clean ours out soon since we got new ones when we renovated, but it's been a few years. So.
Well, pets, kids, and seniors are our customers.
Yeah.
Right. That's awesome. So sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we used to give away kittens and puppies with every cleaning.
So they'd come back. Oh, that's funny.
Smart marketing, Conrad.
You can say no to a kitten or a puppy, right?
I don't know. I've raised two puppies from puppyhood, and I don't know if I have the strength to do it again. Let me talk about good cleaning products when you have puppies in the house.
All right.
Yes.
So the products that you use, and do you need to use PPE? Like, obviously not. You don't need to wear gloves or anything like that, because it's.
I would still wear gloves, because like anything else, you're exposed to things, and cleaning products do clean. And we keep in mind on our hands, we have good bacteria.
Right.
So we're washing it off. So, COVID was that funny thing where wash your hands and wash your hands and wash your hands. You can overwash your hands and deplete the good bacteria, and then that causes another problem. So anytime you're cleaning, anytime you're doing things like that, always wear gloves. Not because the product is bad, it's because you have good bacteria that you want to keep and let it do its job.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so
and you're also exposed to whatever the dirt is.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, whatever you're cleaning.
Right?
Yeah.
Whatever you're cleaning up, you're exposed to.
That makes
100%.
sense.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend so an average family of, say, 4, working full-time kind of thing, kids have activities. How often should you do a deep clean of your house?
That's
Like a
a
spring
really
cleaning
interesting
kind of
question, and there's a lot of factors in there. I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad about my sisters, but I love them to death, but they weren't the cleanest when it came to their bedrooms. Yeah, they were busy out having fun and everything else, and they would just drop their clothes and leave it all over the place. Whereas I'm kind of a neat freak. So
in your line of work, that's a good thing.
It is. I was just thinking that.
Let's take a couple of examples. If you're a busy family into sports and that, a deep clean maybe every 2-3 months. If you're just a regular family who's not into sports and you're not super busy, then probably every 4 months, 3 to 4 months. And keep in mind seasons. We're in a great country where we have 4 different seasons, so each season requires a different cleaning. Wintertime, we close the doors more, so we're going to need more vacuuming and more dusting. Summertime, we're opening up the windows, so we need more cleaning in that regard. So
more vacuuming and dusting.
Yeah, exactly. I would go quarterly for a family of 4.
Okay. All right.
If you're a senior, every 6 months, maybe 12 months, depending on how long you're inside and what your circumstances are.
So what's the difference for you between a deep clean and like your everyday clean? Just so people have an understanding of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's another great question. A regular clean is the surface areas. We're cleaning the kitchen. We're wiping things down. If there's a microwave on the counter, we're going to move that back and forth. A deep clean is when we pull out the fridge, pull out the stove, do the high dusting. If it's physically able to, we move out the bed and get behind the bed and under the bed, that kind of thing. And doing the areas that drive everybody crazy, maybe that storage room that you've been wanting to get into and declutter, we can clean that and organize it for you as well too. So
you do decluttering too.
That's part of a deep cleaning, and it also, like I said, each one of us is different. Tanys has different cleaning requirements and requests versus you, Heidi. So we'll tailor the service to meet your needs and work with your budget in that regard.
Oh, I was going to ask a question. Now I can't remember what it was. Oh, what are some spots of the house that people don't think about cleaning on a regular basis and they should? We know ductwork by one of them.
Yeah, duct cleaning should be done. Your carpet should be cleaned at least once a year.
Like with the
steam cleaning process? Yes.
Steam.
We're a steam cleaning company, so definitely have your carpets because that's the biggest filter in your home. I love the clients who say, I don't have any carpets in my house. Well, that dust has to go somewhere. So either the filter will be your carpets or your lungs. So that means you have to Swiffer and vacuum more often. So that's your floors are the main area because everything in the world goes down because of gravity. So for those of us who have pets, that's where animal hair comes into play. Those of us who have young children, spills. So we got to keep those things in mind too. And our products are safe for little ones. That's very important. So
Yeah.
vacuuming is important. So, the key area is to vacuum first before you do any kind of wet cleaning.
Right.
On countertops, crumbs from toasters and things like that too. So keep those in mind. Yeah. So, the floors, I would say, is the biggest one that people forget. And it's like, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. And then you open up the door and you see behind the door that layer of dust that's been there for 6 months.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen that at my house.
Oh.
I have 3 dogs and 2 grandkids. I got dust.
You got dust. We all have dust. I mean, it's as soon as you do this, you got dust.
I know people comment. They're like, "Your house is always so clean." I'm like, no, it's uncluttered.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
There's the difference.
There's a difference.
There's a huge difference. Clutter drives me nuts and my husband, but dust on the floor, as long as it's not in the sunlight, I can handle it for one day.
Another area is the high dusting on picture frames, doors, things like that as well too, because dust starts at the top, works its way down.
Okay. So,
people forget picture frames, the top of doors and door frames, the inside your closet, the upper shelf, those areas. They collect the dust first, and sometimes you walk in, and you go, "What's going on here? Why is it so dusty in here?" Well, when was the last time you did that? So that's where a deep cleaning, calling us in, will help you in that regard, because most people don't have the time. They do a quick clean, they do a quick organization, but you know what? I've worked all week. On the weekend, the last thing I want to do is clean my house. I want to spend time with the family. I want to do this. I want to do that, which we should.
Or you have other chores that need to be done.
100%. You're outside doing the yard.
Yeah. I always joke with my friends. I said, you'll know if I win the lottery. I might not tell everyone, but there'll be signs. And one of those things is a regular house cleaner coming once a week and doing all that stuff for me. So
and now you know who to call.
Yeah, I do. Do you come further south from Ottawa? I live further south of Ottawa. So, if I won the lottery, I can afford to pay for travel. It's not
we'll make it work. We'll make it work. And you're right, though. It is a luxury to have a cleaning company into your home. It really is. And we appreciate our customers because of that. And we know that. So we're going to do the best job possible. And we're not just there to clean. We're also there to interact with you, too, because sometimes we have seniors who we're the only person they've seen all week.
Yeah. Right.
So, they've talked to somebody on the phone, they've watched TV, or they've done this, but there's no actual physical person to interact with, and we are that person.
Right. So do you provide training for your staff with dealing with like being in somebody's home? Like our staff, we hire, we're very selective because we know we are sending people into somebody's home where they might be alone with that person, or in your case, some people might not even be home. So how, are you very diligent in how you hire? Like, is it,
yes,
you train your staff on what to do if somebody's home? Like I've always thought, I would love to hire somebody to come in, but I got 3 dogs. What do I do with them?
Yes. And that's very interesting because we do hire on personality first, because that's the one thing I can't train you on. Everything else I can. And then we have videos to watch. We run through customer service scenarios where I play the mean old crusty customer or the very picky customer to see your reactions and what we can do to help that out. Because, sometimes we kept people on a bad day for whatever reason, I was up all night because the baby was sick, or I had a fight with a spouse, or the boss is on my back. And we are the venting for them. Same thing again. You can't tell your neighbors, and sometimes you can't tell your family, but you can tell the cleaner.
Right.
So you're like the bartender.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except we don't give you any beer or anything like that. But we do.
It's better. You clean the house. That's even better than beer.
Hey, that's what I gave my friend. I was for her bridal shower. Her sister and I arranged her bridal shower, but as our gift to her, while we were doing that and taking her out, we had somebody come and clean her house for her because she had 2 young kids and she was getting married, and literally that was her wedding gift, or her bridesmaids bridal shower gift from us was we cleaned her house, had her house cleaned. It was the best gift ever.
Is the best gift, no questions.
It is.
It really is.
Oh my goodness.
Because you know how
And
much
it's such
time
a
that saved
pain.
her? It
Oh
saved her
yeah, and
so
it's
much
such a
time.
yeah, and it's such a lot of work to really clean your house, to properly clean your house. And it's like laundry, it's cyclical. Because the minute you clean your house, something dirty is going to come in. Like a kid's going
Exactly.
to come in, a dog's going to come in, the truck's going to go by and blow dust into your house. You know, oh, I
Yeah.
hate
And
cleaning.
you live in your house. You're supposed to live in your house. So
Yeah.
yes, you're right.
Yeah.
So getting into the weekly or bi-weekly cleaning is the best thing to do. I mean, getting it done every month or 2 months, that's a deep clean.
Yeah.
You know, can you imagine not having your home professionally cleaned for a month? That's a lot of dust and dirt, or 2 months or 3 months. You know, if you're an active
Yeah.
family, you need it cleaned every 2 weeks. In some
Yeah.
places we do, most of the places we do weekly, but we do some bi-weeklies. Whatever your budget is, we can certainly help you out. But yes, you're right. Having 1 or 2 professional cleaners in your home, we can do so much more because that's our core focus. Whereas you're focused on the family, what you're going to make for dinner tonight, plans for
It's
the
true.
weekend. If you have kids, okay, they have homework to do, this to do, that to do.
Someone's
There's so many
calling
other
you.
things. So guess what? The cleaning is going to be number 2, 3, 4, 5 on the list. I got to
It
take the
is.
dog for a walk. There's so many things. So
Well, and seniors
unfortunately,
don't
cleaning
have
is the
the,
last priority.
and seniors are not always able to. So it's
Yeah,
nice
and
to
that's the other thing too, is
Yeah.
some of us are not physically able to do that.
Mhm.
And no, like I said, my mother, I would not want her on a ladder at 85 years old.
No.
She has tried it before and she's fallen down. So there's no way that's one of the rules.
Right. That's hard though. That's hard for somebody who's probably been, when people have been doing it their whole life and then suddenly they're told, you probably shouldn't do that. My father-in-law loves mowing his lawn, and he's finally figured out that it's just not a task that he can do anymore because his lawn is slopey and everything. But it's hard. So,
It is.
gifting it to your parents as a anniversary gift, or, something as a Christmas gift to get them started on the joys of not having to clean would be a really great idea.
So do you have gift
It is.
certificates, Conrad?
Yeah.
Yes, we do actually. And the interesting thing is you're saying that is we have clients who are in Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, whose parents are here and they can't get here all the time. So they've looked us up on the internet and says, hey, can you do me a favor? I need my mom's place cleaned every couple of weeks. Can you do this for me?
Mm-hmm.
And we've taken care
or they
of it.
Call us and we tell them to call you.
Yeah, there you go. And a lot
Although
of these
now I'm going
clients
to add
we've
the
never
brief.
met. It's really neat. We've never met these people, but we've had conversations with them through the internet or had a phone call. And okay, what exactly do you want us to do at your mom's house, your dad's house, or your parents' house? And this is what we want. Oh, by the way, my mom's very fussy about this, or my dad's very fussy about that. Not a problem at all. And then after the cleaning,
information is good.
Yeah, it is. And then the funny thing is,
kind of detail.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, after we've cleaned, we get a phone call from the daughter or the son saying, I don't know what you did, but now my mom is so happy, or my dad's so happy. I've been there cleaning and they're never happy with my cleaning.
Nice.
But
add professional to it and suddenly it means more.
Well, we go in there and talk to them and say, hi, what would you like us to do? Or what's your priority? What do you need? How can we help you? We're not forcing you to sit down and let us do the work. And sometimes clients help us along the way as well, too. But, clients saying, well, I really want this done and I haven't been able to do it, or I'm too embarrassed to ask my family members to do it for me. No problem. That's what we're here for. And that breaks the ice. And then they say, oh, I can't wait to see you next time.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
It is. It's the best thing in the world. There's a couple of things that I love is when my cleaner says, you know what, the client gave me a $20 tip. That's great. Or we get a phone call saying, hey, you know what, just make sure you send this cleaner back again. I love how nice they were to me and they treated me well. And I hope you don't mind. I had to sit down with them for 5 minutes and have a coffee with them.
Beautiful.
I said, not at all. That
That's
tells
amazing.
me how good my employees are.
100%. Yeah.
And I
We
work
get the
with my
same
employees. They don't work for me. I work with them.
That's right.
Well,
You guys are a team.
It's a good boss, right?
100%. That's what it's all about. And I'm learning every day. Sometimes it's a bad hire. You got to get rid of them right away. And sometimes it's, hey, you know what? I never thought of us doing that service or doing this. So we just add that in. Some, little things like, they want the couch moved over a little bit or the chair over here instead of over there. Okay. As long as we can physically do it and not hurt anything, great. Let's do it.
Right. So
Yeah,
what
health and
services-
safety would be a big thing.
Yeah, health and safety. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be careful because you're also in somebody else's home. So you don't know exactly what you're walking into.
Yeah.
That's it. And some places we go into,
Yeah.
and some places are,
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think you've frozen a little bit. Can we still hear you?
you can hear me, but I'm not moving. Just my
Yep.
legs.
No, you're not.
We can still hear you though, so you're good.
All of that is okay. Luckily, it's not a terrible frozen picture of you. You're good.
Yeah.
That's good. As long as I'm not picking my nose, I'm okay.
We're good. We're good.
All right. I'll unfreeze soon.
Well, we're just about at our time. Is there anything that you want to pass on to seniors about your services
yes,
or about what to do with cleaning?
Yeah. Well, for those who can clean, but the deep cleans, the high dusting and things like that, leave it to us. Let us take care of that. And for those who can't clean, give us a call. Look us up on the internet. We can discuss what you want to have cleaned, and we'll tailor the service to meet your needs, and we'll work within your budget. And the frequency can change like anything else. Sometimes there's an event coming up, family are coming into town, you need a deeper cleaning, or you need the cleaning moved up or moved back. We can certainly work with you in that regard. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's your home. You are the king or the queen of your castle, and we're there to respect you and making sure that you're happy with the work and service. And our staff just love cleaning, and they love people, and that's what it's all about.
That's what makes the world go round, right? We all have different things that we love to do.
100%. That's it.
When you can make it an occupation, then it's even better.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're looking for Konrad's information, it's all below. You can check out the description and his phone number, or his, I believe the website is there.
Yes.
And all that information. So you can find that there. And Heidi, any final thoughts?
No, I think it's really interesting about the green products. And I love that it's possible to clean with green products for smoke and fire damage and all that kind of stuff, which you think you need to bleach the bejeebus out of everything. So that's really great to know that there are products out there that are healthy and safe, and still do what they need to do.
Yes. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And we love working with seniors.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Konrad, and filling us in on all these things. I learned a lot. And
I did.
I'm sure we passed on some of that to some awesome people. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been a true pleasure, and hopefully we'll have you back again soon.
Well, thank you very much. It's been an honor and a privilege.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Have a great day, everyone, and we're sending you lots of love.
Bye.